Welcome to the ATC Knowledge Channel. This is our diagnostic video for the LR9806 intermittent duty solenoid. There are a number of variations to this product. You may have the LR9806C-BIP in your Jayco travel trailer, or you may have the LR9806T in your Thor fifth wheel. Regardless of the specific model, the diagnostics remains the same for each. Let's start out with an introduction to the component. This is the LR9806C-BIP. This model is utilized by Coachmen as denoted by the C in the part number. The -BIP means that it has a battery interrupt protection circuit board installed. The difference between the LR9806J and the LR9806T and the LR9806F is simply the wiring harness we install to aid the efficiency of the manufacturer's build process. The LR9806C-BIP is a 110 amp rated contactor. It is primarily intended as a house battery disconnect for recreational vehicles. House battery power is brought in on the left side. The right side of the solenoid is the output side. If the solenoid is installed backwards with house battery power on the output side, the solenoid will not operate. The reason this will not allow the solenoid to operate is due to the location of the latching post power connection on the left side of the solenoid. Latching power is protected by the left fuse. If this fuse is blown, the solenoid will not operate. To operate the solenoid, a momentary ground signal needs to be applied to the right latching coil post. This will energize the internal coil and rotate the mechanism to the next state, either open or closed. This operation of applying a ground to the coil to complete the circuit needs to be a momentary operation. The coil is not meant to handle a continuous load. This will lead to failure of the coil. To prevent this from happening, we have installed a battery interruption protection circuit. Once the latching circuit is energized, the board will disconnect the circuit by activating a relay on board to remove power from the latching post. This happens within seconds of operation, regardless of how long the operator continues to hold the button and send a ground signal to the solenoid. To test the operation of the LR9806, you will need a 12-volt power source and a multimeter. It will be helpful if your leads have alligator clamps for this testing. Connect the positive lead of your power source to the left side of the solenoid. Now connect your power source ground lead to the black lead of your multimeter. With your red meter lead, check the BIP input power for 12 volts. If you do not have 12-volt DC power here, stop and check the fuse and verify your power source. If you have 12-volt DC power, then connect the red lead of your multimeter to the load side of the solenoid. If the solenoid is in the disconnected state, your meter will read 0. If the solenoid is in the closed state, your meter will read 12 volts. By momentarily touching the latching post with the white wire with your meter black lead, you will change the state of the solenoid. If you do not see voltage change from 0 to 12 as you operate the solenoid, the component has failed and should be replaced. Contact your vehicle manufacturer or dealer for help if in warranty. To test the operation of the BIP board, connect the black lead of your multimeter to the latching post with the white wire. You will hear an audible click as the solenoid changes state. Shortly thereafter, you will hear a softer click as the relay on the BIP board disengages to stop sending power to the coil. To verify that this is true, touch the input latching post with the red lead of your multimeter. It should read 0 volts. If you are reading voltage at this point after 5 seconds, then the BIP has failed and the component should be replaced. If you are an authorized service technician, you can download the field authorization sheet found in the notes and submit to the vehicle manufacturer for warranty coverage. Allowable flat rate labor time for removal and replacement is 15 minutes or 0.25 hours. ATC does not require a part return if the field authorization sheet is filled out in its entirety, but does reserve the right to request a part for inspection within 2 weeks of submission of the field authorization sheet.